Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm Dylan Holloway. First tonight, a Massachusetts man was arrested for murder in connection to the death of a Skowhegan woman. According to Maine State Police spokesperson Shannon Moss, Skowhegan police received a 911 call early Saturday morning regarding an assault at 912 Canaan Road in Skowhegan. Upon arrival, officers discovered a man with a head injury as well as 20-year-old Alice Abbott of Skowhegan, who was pronounced dead at the scene. The injured man was transported to Reddington Fairview General Hospital, where he was treated and released. Following an investigation and several interviews throughout the day, Maine State Police detectives arrested 19-year-old Jason Servo of Boston, Massachusetts, in connection with the death of Abbott. Police say Servo was an acquaintance of Abbott. Servo has since been transported to the Somerset County Jail. We'll bring you more information on this story as it becomes available. Well, 4 people are injured following a multiple vehicle crash in Fairfield today. According to the Fairfield Police Department, the crash occurred just after 11 this morning at the intersection of Norwalk Road and Wood Street. Police say of the 4 injured, 1 was determined to be seriously injured, and that person was transferred to Eastern Maine Medical Center via life flight. Following an investigation, officers found that a Subaru Forester driven by 36-year-old Jared Peasley of Waterville was struck from behind by a Chevy Silverado pickup driven by 74-year-old Linda Abbott of Anson. The collision forced Peasley's vehicle into the path of a second Subaru Forester driven by 38-year-old Kirsten Simon of Oceanside, New York. That collision sent Simon's vehicle into a ditch. Due to the severity of the crash and the nature of injuries to Peasley's passenger, the road was closed while the crash was reconstructed by the Maine State Police Traffic Safety Division. The road has since been reopened. Fairfield police were assisted on scene by Fairfield Benton Fire and Rescue, Delta Ambulance, Winslow PD, Clinton PD, Maine State Police, and the Maine DOT. There are no charges pending at this time, and the investigation is ongoing. Well, a man is dead after an armed confrontation with police at the Sebasticook Lake Campground in Newport Friday. According to a joint release from the Penobscot County Sheriff's Office and the Newport Police Department, the Penobscot County Regional Communications Center received a report of a social media post claiming there was a person with a weapon at the campground. The Newport Police Department, Dexter Police Department, Penobscot County Sheriff's Office, and the Maine State Police responded. According to the release, Deputy Kenneth York of the Penobscot County Sheriff's Office was first on the scene and was confronted by a man with a gun. There was an armed confrontation, and as a result, 35-year-old Stephen Bossum was shot and killed by Deputy York. Deputy York has been placed on administrative leave, which is standard protocol in situations like this. The Maine Office of the Attorney General is investigating the incident. We will bring you more information as it becomes available. An Athens man and former fire chief was arrested earlier this month for alleged gross sexual assault charges. 45-year-old Sean Boyd was arrested July 1st for allegedly sexually assaulting a 9-year-old over a 6-month time period in 2014. Boyd was released from jail the following day after posting a $2,500 cash bail. Boyd was ordered not to have contact with the victim or anyone under the age of 18.
This case does not fall within any statute of limitations. We're not releasing the victim's gender to protect the victim. It's paramount that in these cases they're very sensitive that the victim is protected.
Sheriff Lancaster says Boyd was within his legal right to post bond. He affirms that community members should feel safe and report any violations to the Somerset County Sheriff's Office. Well, a Palmyra woman has been arrested for arson in connection with the fire that destroyed several structures. At about 3:30 Thursday morning, fire marshals were called to Warren Hill Road in Palmyra. Maine State Police spokesperson Shannon Moss says fire destroyed a residence as well as 2 motorhomes and caused substantial damage to a garage. Moss says investigators spent most of the day at the scene. 44-year-old Allison Trask of Palmyra was arrested and charged with arson, reckless conduct, and aggravated criminal mischief. Moss says Trask is currently on probation for a prior drug offense. No one was living in the residence at the time of the fire. Trask and her boyfriend were living in an apartment over the garage. 2 other people were also in the apartment. No one was injured. 2 people are facing charges in connection with a hit-and-run crash that seriously injured an Orland man. Hancock County Sheriff's Deputy Marcus Downs says 46-year-old Travis Allen was walking in the breakdown lane on Acadia Highway in Orland Thursday when he was struck from behind. Allen was taken to Northern Light Eastern Maine Medical Center in Bangor with serious but non-life-threatening injuries. Downs says the vehicle that hit Allen initially fled the scene but was later located a short distance away. 71-year-old Patricia Bowen of Searsport claimed to be the driver when Allen was hit. Bowen was arrested for obstructing government administration, falsifying physical evidence, and hindering apprehension. Deputy Downs says 32-year-old Brittany Gaynor of Searsport was the actual driver. Gaynor was later located, arrested, and charged with leaving the scene of a personal injury accident, failure to report an accident, and obstructing government administration. Well, Husson University is holding pro bono clinics at their off-campus site in Bangor and held an arthritis workshop yesterday. Our Stephanie Wittenbach has the details.
One of the struggles folks can have in life is managing arthritis. A Husson University assistant professor and physical therapist, Kimberly Steinbarger, says the school wants to help any way they can. Among the offerings are take-home instructions, practical exercises, and ready available clinics held twice a week starting fall semester.
Treating arthritis is something that you need to kind of take into your hands, and you need to figure out how in your life you can do what you want to do and still accomplish everything you want to do. There's no reason why you have to say, oh, my arthritis won't let me do this.
The professor was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis 30 years ago, and she says it's her life mission to aid people dealing with the disease.
You know, you're only with your physician, maybe 5% of your time, and in the course of a year, you see them maybe twice. So really, you can do it. You just have to go about it in the right way, and that's something that we can really help you with here.
Natasha Azel is a part of Husson's 6-year Doctor of Physical Therapy degree.
I'm considered an untraditional student. I came to Husson University for the final 3 years when it's a graduate program for the doctorate. So I came as someone that already had my bachelor's degree. I knew it was going to be really hard, and it is hard, but it's very rewarding. It's been incredible. Our professors know a lot of material, and they really prepare us to be working with patients.
She will be involved in Husson University clinics over the year and can provide any help visitors may need. In Bangor, I'm Stephanie Wittenbach reporting for ABC7 and Fox 22.
All right, thanks for that, Stephanie. Orrington is celebrating 234 years of history. The town is holding events during a week-long celebration, which they call Old Home Week. The event features endless yard sales through the town and places to eat. Some stops include pancake breakfasts and lunches, but one event goer said for him, it's all about the yard sales.
I don't care if they got a book there or they got furniture, you're going to find something. I just found a treasure yesterday. Beautiful buffet table, credenza. I found out that it's worth almost $1,200 and I picked it up for $100.
Willis says he stopped by over the weekend to get a good look at everything up for sale. Old Home Week is running until July 24th. You can find out more by going to OrringtonOldHomeweek.com. Looks pretty cool. I might try to go check it out. I'm always looking for a good discount. Love yard sales myself. So, all right, we're going to turn things over to Devin Biggs, who's in now with the first look at our forecast. Happy Sunday, Devin.
Hey Dylan, happy Sunday night. So we've been watching a few clouds moving in this evening as our next system is trying to move in from the northwest to the southeast. We had a little boundary moving through as well, and that brought a few showers and a few rumbles of thunder across parts of the region as well this afternoon. All that is now tapered off, and now the focus again will be a little bit of fog that will begin to move in soon. Zooming things out right now, again, there's some clouds from a system off toward the north. This will actually leave us alone. It's this system right here from the west going toward the east that'll begin to move in, and some decent rainfall will be on the way very soon. High temperatures today, very warm, eh? We had temperatures in the middle to upper 80s, even some lower 80s along the coastline where the ocean is a little bit cooler, so those along the coast got to enjoy some cooler temperatures. Hourly forecast for the rest of the overnight period, overall becoming mostly clear. Watching out for fog overnight too. Temperatures in the 60s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Dylan?
All right, thanks, Devin. Still to come on Fox 22 News at 10, new legislation from Senator Angus King designed to save Mainers time and money when filing their taxes. And some curiosities and strange oddities from the Bangor Cryptozoology Museum. Those stories and more local news when we come back.
The 201 horsepower turbocharged Kia Forte GT. Finally a reason to pull those aviators out of the glove compartment.
At Bouchard Cleaning, rebuilding and restoring means more than just another job. To us, it's about bringing back cherished memories, restoring unforgettable moments in time, and giving hope when all was thought to be lost. For over 35 years, our mission has remained the same. You keep the memories, we'll handle the rest. Statewide commercial and residential services. Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration.
Here at Versant, we want to help keep you safe near our power lines. Did you know that work or play near wires causes roughly 10% of all power outages? And that state and federal regulations restrict tree trimming up to 20 feet from energized lines?
Be a good neighbor. If you've got work to do near the lines, give us a call here at Versant Power, and we'll help you stay safe.
Looking to keep it fresh this summer? Maine has just the thing. Locally grown fruits, vegetables, and herbs make for delicious cocktail creations like the strawberry jalapeno margarita and the cucumber basil martini, or my favorite, the blueberry mojito. Tall, smooth, and incredibly appealing. Hey, strawberries aren't going to pick themselves. Find these cocktail recipes and hundreds more at mainspirits.com and the Maine Spirits app.
Niecy Nash hosts the new music game show where you guess the lyrics or it's
bye, bye, bye.
You are killing it! Don't forget the lyrics, all new Monday on Fox.
Make more good in the all-new Sportage X-Pro. Kia, movement that inspires.
Top of the morning, I'm Joe Cortez. Coming up on Good Morning Maine, Orrington Old Home Week is taking off. We'll have all the details of the events happening around the area. Plus, Eastern Maine Medical is opening their new rehab facility, and Devin Biggs has our full weather forecast. This and more local news coming up. We'll see you soon.
Welcome back to the show, everyone. The office of Senator Angus King announced the introduction of new legislation designed to help Americans access simple and free tax filing. Senator King introduced the legislation with 22 of his senator colleagues and says the Tax Simplification Act would create free and easy tax filing tools to reduce the 13 hours and $240 that taxpayers spend on average filing their taxes. King released a statement on the act saying in part, quote, "The Tax Filing Simplification Act of 2022 would end the third-party chokehold on tax filing and direct the IRS to create their own simple and free online portal where taxpayers can directly enter and file their returns. The bill would also help taxpayers automatically receive and submit the information they need to file their taxes, saving time and reducing the risk of costly errors." The Skowhegan River Park Committee received a generous donation from their first corporate sponsor. Our Sierra Jordan explains.
The Skowhegan River Park is closer than it's ever been before.
For 20 years, the town of Skowhegan has been planning for major change in the downtown area near the Kennebec River. Formerly known as the Run the River Project, the Skowhegan River Park will become an attraction for local families and tourists.
Vision and the grand vision for the Skowhegan River Park is 2 whitewater features in our downtown river gorge that will be accessible and viewable right from back here. The first feature will be more of a kayak hole. The second feature will be an adjustable surf wave.
Cannon says 50 miles of multi-use trails and a stairwell to the river are other features of the project. Rafting, river surfing, paddleboarding, and tubing are among the fun activities folks can enjoy. Skowhegan Town Manager Christine Almond says the River Park project will bring an economic boost to the community.
Maine is known for its natural resources and outdoor recreation, so that'll be great for the tourists that travel through Skowhegan. We're hoping to get them to stop here.
Senator Susan Collins and Angus King approved a $2 million federal earmark for the project in March. Since then, the project has raised over $4 million of donations towards the first phase of construction. Federal Savings Bank in Skowhegan recently donated $30,000 to help fund the highly anticipated project.
So it's important as a community bank that we support projects in the communities we serve.
And we felt that the Skowhegan River Park is going to have a large impact for the region with regard to tourism, economic development.
This area where I'm standing is expected to be the Riverfront Promenade. Construction for that, along with other features of the project, is expected to start by the summer of next year. In Skowhegan, I am Sierra Jonah reporting for ABC 7 and Fox 22.
All right, thanks, Sierra. Less than $4 for a gallon of gas. That's right. There's just one station in the state selling gas for $3.99. Mel Meyer is in Buxton with details on where and when other drivers could get some relief at the pump.
This is the cheapest gas station in Maine at $3.99 a gallon. Compared to the state's average of $4.77, that's some considerable savings. With the price of everything up, Mainers are pinching pennies.
We look for the sales.
And this is a pretty good sale.
Yes, it sure is.
The secret's out around town that Panda Market on Parker Farm Road has low prices.
It's always been cheap here.
But it hasn't been this low for quite some time.
Somebody put it on Facebook, so I said, well, I got to go get some of that.
The average cost in Maine for a gallon of gas topped off at $5.09 in mid-June, according to Gas Buddy. Here and nationally, that's changed over the last few weeks.
Prices are falling out of concern that oil consumption and demand will go down. At the same time, supply is recovering.
The way things are headed, Patrick DeHaan with Gas Buddy believes prices could drop anywhere from 25 to 50 cents a gallon on average in the next few weeks.
And there certainly could be a rising number of stations in the country that fall under the $4 a gallon mark in the weeks ahead.
It's really dependent on the market.
The family that owns Panda Market says they only mark up the gasoline they get by about 10 or 15 cents. For them, this is how they do business.
We try to keep it low. It's just, mutual benefit. So customers, they come inside, get the snacks, Asian snacks, food, drinks, beer.
For drivers like Sherry Dobson, it's a huge relief.
Every little bit helps. And so, I'm grateful to see it at this price.
Yeah, it's tough out there, gas prices, I wish I could pay $3.99 a gallon. Never thought I'd say that before. Well, if you live in Skowhegan, you may have noticed the blue, white, and orange crosswalks located in the downtown area. In an effort to deter speeding, Main Street Skowhegan developed an initiative to make it safer for pedestrians to walk around the Rotary and shop downtown. As part of the pedestrian safety test project, a total of 7 crosswalks will be painted along with bollards added to the sides. Main Street Skowhegan Director Mackenzie Kayford says the project increases the viability of the crosswalk and encourages drivers to slow down.
As we grow as a community and what we're trying to do downtown, it's important that we make pedestrians feel a lot more welcome down here with all the shops as well. So having places for them to cross and get across from one shop to the next and just feel safe doing that is one of the main priorities.
Kayford says since they painted the new crosswalks, she's noticed drivers have been slowing down. She says they still have 4 more crosswalks to paint, which will be located on Commercial Street in Skowhegan. Imagine your child getting a new book every month for free up until they turn 5 years old. That's about to become a reality for every Maine family. It's thanks to iconic country star Dolly Parton. The singer-songwriter's Imagination Library is expanding to Maine. Governor Mills announced the program at the National Governors Association Activities Friday in Portland. The Imagination Library of Maine will mail age-appropriate books to children from birth until age 5 every month, regardless of family income.
As the grandmother of 2 little girls, ages 3 and 6, and I bring them books all the time, but for Dolly Parton to initiate this Imagination Library, and for our legislature to chip in and help fund startup costs for the Imagination Library to happen here in Maine, to send books to every child 0 to 5 years old every month, to generate inspiration, education, and joy in their lives, no matter what else is going on. That is truly inspirational.
That Congress has
About
finished its job.
$1,000 from the state will go toward the program. Organizers are working on the details of the rollout. The goal is to have about 100,000 books out to kids across Maine by the end of next year. Oh, what a wonderful program that is. It's awesome. I loved getting a new book every day when I was a kid. Well, anytime I got one, not every day, but, it was awesome nonetheless. Fans of Bigfoot, the Mothman, and the Dover Demon rejoice. There's now a spot in Bangor for you to learn more about these and other mysterious creatures. The International Cryptozoology Museum and Bookstore in Bangor is just a few months old, but is already making a name for itself. The museum is the second location opened by famed cryptozoologist Loren Coleman, who is affectionately called the godfather of cryptozoology. Cryptozoology is the study and search of unknown, legendary, or hidden animals.
He thought that it would be nice to kind of bring like a little bit of the museum up here because a lot of people can't travel all the way to Portland to see that one. And then we were able to throw in some of like the Stephen King stuff that goes along with the Bangor culture.
Operations curator Jean Tewksbury says the museum offers a wide array of wonders, including her personal favorite, the legendary Bigfoot.
When I was 7 years old, I saw the movie documentary, little drama thing they did, Sasquatch, The Legend of Bigfoot. It had the Patterson-Gimlin footage in it, and I was hooked ever since.
Tewksbury says there are several fun events on the horizon, including a conference in Portland, which is scheduled for next spring. She says the Bangor and Portland museums are all-encompassing, which sets them apart from similar attractions around the world.
There's a ton of different Bigfoot museums all over the country. There's a Mothman Museum in West Virginia, Flatwoods one, and there's actually, I found out doing the networking, which I never knew, was there's an Icelandic sea serpent museum in Iceland as well. So there's everything is kind of got its own little thing, but this brings them all together.
The Bangor location offers free admission and is open Friday through Sunday from 11 to 6. For more information about the oddities of the International Cryptozoology Museum, visit cryptozoologymuseum.com. That museum, the one in Bangor and the Portland one, both awesome, awesome places. If you haven't been to either, you got to go check them out, folks. They are a lot of fun. All right, don't go anywhere because when we return from break, some controversy from President Biden's recent Middle East trip, and a county in Georgia approves a controversial measure to hire armed security guards at schools. We'll be right back after this.
From the moment you could count all of their toes, all of their fingers, you knew you had to protect them. When it comes to protecting them against COVID, you need the facts. The COVID-19 vaccines are the best way to keep your whole family safe from severe illness, hospitalization, and death. Getting them immunized means they don't have to miss another moment in their big, little lives. Get the facts. Talk to your pediatrician or visit bravelikeme.com.
Ever wondered, wouldn't it be great if I could get my McDonald's chicken favorites with an extra kick of spice? Your flavor buds are in luck. Spicy Chicken McNuggets are seasoned with cayenne on the outside and that juicy, all-white meat chicken on the inside. And the Spicy Crispy Chicken Sandwich is topped with a spicy pepper sauce. And suddenly, your flavor wish has come true. Our 10-piece Spicy Chicken McNuggets are back for a limited time. And our Spicy Crispy Chicken Sandwich is always here, always spicy. Add any size Dr. Pepper for just $1 more.
I work long hours to provide for my family, but with runaway inflation, it's getting harder to make ends meet. Instead of lowering costs for families, Washington liberals are attacking America's tech innovators. That's the wrong agenda at the wrong time. The left's bill will destroy jobs, make China stronger, and America weaker. Working people like me will pay the price. No Republican senator should support this liberal agenda. Tell Senate conservatives to reject the left's bill.
Why should your new floor come from Carpet One? Because we're passionate about the spaces our neighbors call home. We're part of your community, and we're also part of the world's largest cooperative of independently owned and operated flooring stores. So you can be sure you'll get great selection and outstanding value with every installation. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, tile, or luxury vinyl, our experts take the guesswork out of choosing the right floor. We're your local Carpet One Floor and Home, the one store for your perfect floor.
It's your Chevy. Find it in Bangor, Portland, and Rockland.
You're watching Fox 22, Bangor.
All right, welcome back in, everyone. According to a top Iranian official, the country is capable of making a nuclear bomb. A senior advisor said while Iran has the ability to produce 90% enriched uranium, officials haven't decided whether they will actually build a bomb. Fox's Trey Yingst has the details.
A concerning development out of Iran as an advisor to the Ayatollah Khamenei says the Islamic Republic is now capable of building a nuclear bomb. The senior advisor was speaking to Al Jazeera when he explained that Iran has the technical means to build the weapon of mass destruction, but hasn't yet decided on doing so. Iran is currently enriching uranium up to 60% purity, well beyond the 3.67% laid out in the 2015 nuclear deal. In response, U.S. ally Israel is preparing plans to strike Iranian nuclear facilities as the Jewish state last week reiterated its commitment to stopping Iran from obtaining such a weapon.
I clarified to President Biden and his staff that Israel opposes the nuclear agreement and reserves full freedom of action, political and operational, facing the Iranian nuclear program.
President Biden also left open the door to military action against Iran as a last resort if diplomacy on a nuclear agreement does not prevail. Earlier this year, indirect talks between Iran and the United States stalled, as momentum on a new deal appears unlikely right now. Iranian proxies continue to operate across the Middle East, threatening American allies such as the State of Israel. On Saturday, Iranian-backed groups in Gaza fired 4 rockets into southern Israel. One of them was intercepted by the Iron Dome missile defense system. The 3 others landed in open areas. Iran is becoming increasingly isolated in the Middle East and turning to allies like Russia. This week, President Putin will visit Tehran amid reports that indicate Iran will supply Russia with drones to use in their invasion of Ukraine. In Jerusalem, Trey Yingst, Fox News.
Well, controversy from President Biden's Middle East trip has followed him back home. A top Saudi diplomat in the room for Mr. Biden's meeting with the Crown Prince disputing some of President Biden's version of the discussion about the murder of Washington Post journalist Jamal Khashoggi. Fox's Alex Hogan has that story.
It's been just one day since the summit wrapped up here in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, and already some very different takes when it comes to the conversations about the brutal murder of Jamal Khashoggi. I sat down with the Saudi Minister of State for Foreign Affairs, Adel Al-Jubeir. We were actually invited for 2 separate sit-down interviews within just 2 days.
Biden on his trip spoke to the Crown Prince, saying that he holds him directly responsible. How did he respond to those comments?
I didn't hear that particular phrase. This is where His Royal Highness the Crown Prince explained to the President that the steps that Saudi Arabia has taken and the fact that we did what every civilized country and serious country will do, and that unfortunately mistakes happen all over the place.
A quote, mistake. However, Jamal Khashoggi's fiance called it heartbreaking to see the president even coming here, especially after he previously vowed to make the kingdom a pariah. The president arrived at the White House late last night. Journalists quickly asked him about our interview. When prompted on whether the minister told me the truth about not hearing the comments, Biden simply answered no. Among the major concerns brought up ahead of the summit to tackle here in the Middle East, one of them was energy security and the soaring gas prices back home. While leaders did reportedly talk about oil production, no concrete actions have been announced. In Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, Alex Hogan, Fox News.
A county in Georgia approves a controversial measure to hire armed security guards at schools. The Cobb County Board, second largest in the Peach State, voted to allow non-certified district employees to carry guns, despite heated objections from some parents. Fox's Charles Watson has more from Atlanta.
The move by the Cobb County Board of Education to place armed staff in school buildings has ruffled a lot of feathers, certainly among parents and anti-gun violence advocates who say they're mad and uneasy about the new policy.
You tell them why their kid was injured. You tell them why their kid was shot in school. That's on this board.
And they voiced their opposition loud and clear at a heated board hearing in Cobb County this week. Many parents and members of anti-gun violence group Moms Demand Action shouting and calling for a delay as board members voted 4-2 in favor of a measure to allow armed staff members to work alongside children in school buildings. The district says it's looking to hire retired military and law enforcement in an effort to step up security. They will not be required to be sworn officers or meet Georgia police officer standards. However, the new policy does require those employees to have special training on weapons, judgment, and use of force.
Quite simply,
This policy gives us other opportunities to enhance and increase the number of school resource officers.
Cobb County Board of Education members say this is a necessary step to protect all of the district schools in the wake of mass shootings, particularly the massacre in Uvalde, Texas, that killed 19 students and 2 teachers in May. But some parents say the focus needs to be less on guns and more on secure buildings and effective security alerts.
I would like them to handle the security system first, to know that our schools are secure, or if an armed shooter or an armed gunman comes into our school system, that there's a way to notify law enforcement.
Now, there was some thought that the Cobb County Board of Education would allow teachers to carry guns, but it made an amendment to the new policy, so folks whose primary duties are in the classroom with children are not permitted to carry guns. In Atlanta, Charles Watson, Fox News.
Well, fires are raging across Spain. Hundreds of firefighters were out in full force Sunday in Catalonia as a wildfire rapidly began spreading toward residential areas, forcing people to evacuate from their homes. Almost 100 acres of land has been burned so far by this fire alone. Dozens of other fires have broke out in other parts of Spain, burning thousands of acres of land, as a heat wave pushes temperatures above 100 degrees Fahrenheit in some areas. Rapper Kodak Black, who was granted clemency by former President Donald Trump, has been arrested on drug charges in South Florida. He was reportedly pulled over in his Dodge Durango Friday for windows that, quote, appeared darker than the legal limit. After smelling marijuana, police searched his car and found roughly $75,000 in cash in a small bag that had 31 oxycodone tablets. Black, whose real name is Bill Capri, is now charged with trafficking oxycodone and possession of a controlled substance. Okay, don't go anywhere, folks, because after this quick break, the latest animal stories from around the globe.
The $1 Million Music Guessing Game is back.
Beat Shazam!
With the best dad and daughter team.
Dad, do not embarrass me.
Beat Shazam, part of $1 Million Music Mondays on Fox.
Hey, it's Eric from Green Bear 420. We've been in business since 2010 and going strong, so stop in and check us out. We specialize in glass art by over 100 local artists and even have live glass blowing. Plus, we carry incense, novelties, t-shirts, and hard-to-find items. We have tons of local products for the tie-dye wearing person in your circle of friends. Come see us at 531 Moosehead Trail in Newport. And remember, Green Bear 420, it's not just a store, it's a lifestyle.
Oh, great. My wireless bill just went up.
Should have gone with US Cellular. They aren't raising prices on any of their plans.
Seriously?
Yeah, my price won't increase.
Well, that is refreshing. I feel like everywhere you turn these days, prices are going up.
Supply chain got us too. Don't get me started on the overhead costs.
At US Cellular, every plan for everyone is price protected.
You know, I respect a female entrepreneur.
US Cellular, where every plan is price protected.
Who can you call when you need immediate help, any time of day or night? Always giving you and your family peace of mind.
AAA's legendary roadside assistance is a network with over 50,000 vehicles that respond to more than 32 million assistance calls every year.
If something happens and we're broken down, my family's not going to be stranded.
There are so many benefits to membership, and AAA is there if you're locked out of your car, need a tow, run out of gas, have a flat tire, or a dead battery.
You know, if you have one flat tire or one battery service, that membership fee pays for itself.
Wherever you go, wherever you are, you can trust AAA to be there when you need them.
Join AAA today for $26.50 when you enroll in AutoPay. That's a 50% savings. With this special offer, there is no admission fee. And as a special bonus, you'll receive a free 1-year membership for 3 additional eligible family members. Don't wait another second. Call to join AAA right now.
At Hashi's Auto Enhancing, our focus is on the appearance, longevity, and value of your vehicle. Does your undercarriage look like this? You can go from this to this. And if you have a new vehicle, you can avoid this. Our annual undercoating service will add years of life to your vehicle. At Hashi's, we also do Rhino linings. We can Rhino rocker panels, bumpers, trailers, side-by-sides, and more. We take pride in making your ride shine inside and out. Book one of our detailing packages.
Bring your ride to us to protect your investment.
Thanks for staying with us, everyone. Another scare in the waters off Long Island Sunday as a string of shark attacks this summer has lifeguards and beachgoers treading lightly when entering the water. Fox's Laura Ingle has that story.
Some excitement here midday as a shark fin sighting prompted local officials in Nassau County to close several beaches to swimmers. Still, beachgoers say once those waters open back up, it's not going to stop them from going back in.
It's a beautiful beach. I don't go too deep. I feel pretty safe. I don't know, maybe ignorant, but maybe safe.
Each summer, there are reports of shark sightings along New York's Long Island, but shark attacks are extremely rare, and there have been several here these last few weeks. Two of the most recent shark attacks happened this last Wednesday in Suffolk County. First, a 41-year-old man was knocked off his paddleboard by a sand tiger shark, which then bit him, giving him a 4-inch gash on the leg. Later in the day, a 49-year-old man who was standing in waist-deep water along Seaview Beach was chomped on, a shark swimming up from behind, biting him on the left wrist and backside. It's been years since there have been any reports of shark bites or attacks in these waters, and now up to 5 reported shark attacks have occurred since June 30th. While the images of these attacks on swimmers and lifeguards has been concerning to many, others are ready to dive in.
I'm trusting the lifeguards and the drones and the county to keep an eye out for the sharks, because I'm planning on swimming today. That's why I'm here.
New York is not alone. There have been 24 total shark bites this year, 13 in Florida, 2 in California, and 2 in South Carolina.
So we just got to keep our guard up.
All right, you have a game plan if you see one?
Yeah, swim out of the water real fast.
Shark patrols have been very active today. We've seen helicopters in the air, boats on the water, and lifeguards on the lookout as the shark sighting count continues. In New York, Laura Ingle, Fox News.
Well, sticking with the water, a surprising find for some fishermen who spotted a dolphin swimming in a Connecticut river. This wayward dolphin was spotted splashing around Thursday morning in the Thames River near the Norwich Marina. Marine experts think it's a young dolphin, which may have swam upstream from the Long Island Sound some 15 miles away. It's still unclear if the dolphin is injured. Cell phone video from a bystander appears to indicate it may have gotten hooked onto a fishing line. Rescue teams from Mystic Aquarium were unable to find the marine mammal to check its condition.
It's definitely an interesting situation. It's not terribly unheard of for a dolphin or a group of dolphins to travel inland when they're hunting for food or to get away from an event that's happening out at sea. However, and it's not too abnormal for a dolphin to be on its own. However, that being said, it's definitely not something we see all the time, having dolphins this far inland, especially a dolphin on its own.
The dolphin was also spotted in the river Friday morning. Mystic Aquarium and crews with National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration are monitoring the river. They hope to help the dolphin back into the Sound if it got stuck in the freshwater river. 2 neglected tigers rescued from an Oklahoma roadside attraction find a new home in California's Oakland Zoo. The female tigers, now named Lola and Maya, were rescued in June from a facility shut down by the U.S. Department of Agriculture for multiple animal safety and welfare violations. A concerned citizen called the Oakland Zoo after noticing the animals hadn't been relocated. When the zoo arrived to help, they found the tigers severely underfed. Lola was found with a facial deformity caused by an untreated infected tooth. Meanwhile, Maya was found to be declawed. It's a procedure likely done to her as a cub so tourists can take pictures with her.
The physical conditions that these animals are often in are just terrible. Because they're no longer making money for people. Once these cats, become really teenagers, they're too dangerous. They may not get fed. They may be killed. They may be sold for game hunting. And the facilities are very, very minimal. They usually live in small cages. These cats were in enclosures that were probably about 10 foot by maybe 15 foot. No grass, just dirt. They were not able to even clean out their water dishes. There was piles of feces. These are just atrocious conditions for an animal to live in and receive no medical care.
The zoo says the tiger's conditions is an example of why lawmakers need to pass a federal Big Cat Public Safety Act. It's a bill that would regulate the possession, exhibition, or breeding of big cats. It would also restrict direct contact between the public and the animals. The bill was introduced in the House last year, but has since stalled. 2 kangaroos are caught fighting in Australia. The animals were clawing at each other and using their strong tails to balance themselves as they kicked out with their hind legs. Kangaroos are known to fight when it's mating season to establish dominance and to gain better access to food, water, and shade. Very, very impressive animals. Don't want to get in between them and anything. Well, I'm not going to get in between Devin Biggs and the weather because he's next with your full 5-day forecast.
We had a little boundary passing through today that brought some chances of showers and thunderstorms across our southeastern counties. Now those are done, but what does the week hold for us? Your full local forecast is coming up next.
Love that Chevy Blazer. That's our next SUV. Love that Equinox. That's our next SUV.
Nice Trailblazer.
It was love at first sight. What?
The Chevy family of SUVs. Find new options. Find new roads.
New SUVs are arriving daily at your main Chevy dealers, so secure yours today. Visit your main Chevy dealer.
Keith Urban, the Speed of Now World Tour. The must-see show of 2022. Saturday, July 23rd in Main Saving Amphitheater. With special guest Ingrid Andress. Tickets on sale now at waterfrontconcerts.com or Ticketmaster.com. Keith Urban, the Speed of Now World Tour.
Out with the old and in with the new. Check out Pat's Pizza Specials. Tuesdays, $5 spaghetti and meatballs. Tuesday, all-day breadstick special. Wednesday, large one-topping pizzas, $8. Wednesday, small steak and cheese with French fries, $6.25. Friday, fish with French fries, $7.50. Saturday, small one-item pizza, fountain soda, $7.25. And you can still save some dough. Bring the family to the all-new Pat's Pizza, 662 Main Road North, Hamden.
The Midsummer Classic is back in Tinseltown. The MLB All-Star Game, Tuesday at 7 Eastern on Fox.
All right, let's get going on this Sunday night. We had a few showers and a few rumbles of thunder that developed recently during the afternoon period. Tracked to the southeast and has now fizzled out. We've been watching some clouds that have been sneaking in as well. Overall, we will become mostly clear, but fog could be an issue again as we head towards tomorrow morning. Here's the current setup here. So high pressure is keeping us nice overnight tonight, so no precipitation expected there. This area of low pressure will be moving in soon with warmer temperatures on the way and plenty of rain on the way this week. Some areas could see up to 3, maybe 4 inches of rain the entire week. Before we're all finished up, we'll break that down coming up in a little bit. Wave heights are not too bad right now, and they will stay low, only around 1 to 2 feet right now, so no alerts along the coast, and we're not seeing anything that we're expecting at this point. We might notice a little bit more wind as we head towards tomorrow, but nothing extreme, maybe a quick gust up to 15, maybe 20 miles per hour, and that'll be about it. That'll start to back off as we head towards Monday night. Let's talk temperatures real quick. Temperatures have been above average the last several days, at least the last 4 days overall, running about 3 to 4 degrees above average, as our average high is now in the lower 80s and will be in the middle 80s today and tomorrow, with the upper 80s on the way as we head towards Wednesday, and staying pretty consistent the next several days in the middle to upper 80s. And of course, dew points may be an issue as well, so let's break that down as well. Dew points will be up the next several days, maybe a little bit of a break as we head towards Tuesday night, but right back up as we head towards Wednesday, then back down as we head towards Thursday night. So a very active week in the summer department will be on the way, especially across the state. Your next forecast for your Monday, alright, it'll be at a 7 as considered high, so that means a burn time of around 30 minutes, so hats, sunglasses, sunscreen, and shade will be necessary as you do head out the door to avoid a bad sunburn. Futurecast for the rest of tonight, again, a few clouds passing through early, then becoming mostly clear, but notice what happens as we head towards tomorrow morning, watching for a little bit of fog that will try to sneak in again before we watch for clouds moving in ahead of our next system, and then by Monday night, watching for the chances for showers and thunderstorms moving in with torrential downpours possible with this thing as well, as it does continue to move in throughout the day on Tuesday before things start to back off just a little bit as we head towards Tuesday afternoon, but still a few chances possible. Let's run this through Wednesday. Some areas could see up to 1 to 2 inches of rain, at least through Wednesday before that begins to taper off, but then another wave will try to move in later in the week with another inch or two possible before we're all finished up. So a lot of rain on the way. This is welcome news though, because we've been dry across the state, so this will definitely put a dent in the drought across the state. So lower 60s tonight, partly cloudy with some dense fog on the way, and that south wind getting up to about 5 miles per hour overall. Middle 80s tomorrow, mostly cloudy with a slight chance for a few thunderstorms. That south wind getting up to about 20 miles per hour in a few spots. And coming up with your next 5 days, already some more storms as we head towards Tuesday, especially during the day, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. Monday night to Tuesday could be an active stretch. We're dry Wednesday, partly cloudy, highs in the upper 80s, middle 80s by Thursday with a chance for storms. Mostly sunny by Friday, highs in the mid 80s.
Thanks, Devin. All right, stay tuned because sports is next with Tyler Cruz.
This isn't your parents' photo booth. Premier Limousine and DJ presents the latest in photo booth technology with the all-new 2022 Air Booth. Print out everyone's pictures in beautiful full-color photos and have them sent directly to your phone. The new Air Booth is available for weddings, birthdays, class reunions, anniversaries, and corporate events with some of the best and most fun props around. You can book the Air Booth, Limousine, and DJ services separately or take advantage of our very popular package deals. Contact us at Premier Limousine and DJ.
Looking to keep it fresh this summer? Maine has just the thing. Locally grown fruits, vegetables, and herbs make for delicious cocktail creations like the strawberry jalapeno margarita and the cucumber basil martini, or my favorite, the blueberry mojito. Tall, smooth, and incredibly appealing. Hey, strawberries aren't going to pick themselves. Find these cocktail recipes and hundreds more at mainspirits.com and the Maine Spirits app.
You don't stay in business as long as Rowell's Garage unless you're doing a lot of things right. Since 1946, Rowell's Garage in Dover Foxcroft has seen many customers drive off the lot completely satisfied, and they keep coming back. Why? Things like a wide selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, SUVs, and crossovers. Incredible customer service. A repair center that does it right the first time and on time. But the biggest reason, like new quality vehicles at a pre-owned price. So save yourself the hassle and save yourself some money. Rowell's Garage, Dover Foxcroft.
I did what I did to save my son. But this is not who I am.
The Cleaning Lady. Watch the entire first season before new episodes this fall.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. Saturday was the day that the Maine high school football community has been looking forward to since last fall. The 2022 32nd annual Maine Shrine Lobster Bowl Classic. The event returned to its original 11-on-11 format after running sevens last summer during the pandemic. Players from both the East team and the West team ready to get one last crack at high school football. Each participant had to raise donations for the Cora Shriners and the Shriners Hospitals for Children. Coaches say that, along with supporting the cause, it's an honor to be out there with the best of Maine high school football.
First of all, it's obviously for a great purpose with the Shriners program, supporting their cause. But you know, these players, these coaches, they've given us everything for three times a day, all week long. You know, to work with the best coaches and the best players in the state is obviously an honor, and I'm certainly humbled by it.
Now, each team was camped out at Foxcroft Academy all week long, running, like you heard, 3 practices a day to get ready for the big game. And while it's certainly a big deal, right? Everybody's trying to win. It's kind of a common consensus that the football itself takes to the back burner during Lobster Bowl week.
Just the little moments, the little side moments on the field, whether it be with the kids or the coaches. The football piece is great, but, you remember process in life, you know what I mean? And it's those little pieces of the process that really add up.
Congrats to all the players and the coaches who got the chance to participate this year, and we're wishing all of the seniors the best of luck at whatever their next endeavor may be. Moving on now to some basketball. Maine United is headed to Georgia to take part in the Nike EYBL's Peach Jam. Peach Jam features the best of the elite youth basketball circuit, a circuit which already features the best of the AAU programs around the country. The kids from Maine put on a show. In their first 2 sessions, they finished with a near-perfect 7-1 record, and now they're headed down to Georgia ready for anything, knowing that they can beat whoever shows up.
We're ready, and I feel like the guys are focused and ready to go, and it's a new season. That was the message that we gave them today. Forget about what happened, those first 2 tournaments. It's all brand new now, and, we can beat anybody, but we have to be ready.
I'm excited just knowing that we can go out and compete, and hopefully we'll be able to go deep, if not win, so I'm excited.
Wishing them the best of luck down there. Sunday's game 1, followed by games on Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, and hopefully they can bring it all home. All right, let's do some baseball now, shall we? Enough with football and basketball. It is baseball season. District 3 Junior League Championships at Mansfield Saturday. Bronco Little League from Hamden, and then Orono VZ going at it. For the Broncos, it was Bodie Bishop delivering on the bump all day long. He gets the K here in the 4th. And then the Bats, well, they would give him a little help too. Nicholas Lorena gets a piece of this one. He's going to rip that through the hole. It's short. And then Jacob Kelly is hustling around from second. He will score. That puts Bronco ahead 8-0. Later in the inning, ball gets by Wyatt Chandler, but look at the hustle from the catcher, diving back to the plate to make the tag to end the inning. But Bishop, just too good all day. He gets another K here to end the 5th. And then Bronco, they're going to go on to win the District 3 title here after a ground out to third and a force out on third. Final score 19-0 after a 10-run 6th inning.
This team can hit no matter what, no matter who we're up against. It just all clicked together right there. It feels really good. We worked really hard to get to this point, and we obviously had all the stuff to do it. So.
All right, for the first time since 2019, the Senior Little League Regional Tournament is back on, and once again, Mansfield Stadium will be the host. Tournament begins on Tuesday with a total of 8 teams competing for a chance to play in the World Series down south in South Carolina. The only catch, no team from Maine will be taking the field this year, and that's because throughout the state, Senior Little League teams they've gone extinct.
Even in 2019, when we first hosted the regional after losing the World Series in 2016, I think we had 6 or 8 teams in the state playing Senior League, but they've just gone on to other things.
Maine isn't the only team left out this year, too. Vermont and New Hampshire also won't be represented over the week, but even without some key New England states, you never know where the next Red Sox shortstop could come from.
On the first base line, we've put bricks in. During the course of our World Series run, we have 9 kids that played here that made a major league roster. You'll see a very good brand of baseball out here.
And years ago, I played in the Senior League East Regional Tournament. That was in New Jersey when the World Series was still up in Maine. One of the best experiences of my life. Looking forward to cover that next week. All right, that's all we have for sports. We'll be right back after this.
The 201 horsepower turbocharged Kia Forte GT. Finally a reason to pull those aviators out of the glove compartment.
The best value for your money is always at the Furniture Gallery. And now, during our Summer Sizzler sale, take home this Ashley recliner for only $2.99. and take an additional 10% off all other recliners. The Furniture Gallery's Camp and Cottage Queen foam or inner spring mattresses start at only $299. Big time inflation buster sofa and love seat for an incredible low price of $999. Special financing is available only at the Furniture Gallery in Augusta, Bangor, Gorham, North Windham, and now open in Newport.
After my accident, I needed help.
I was looking for information online.
Then I found it.
JoeBornstein.com.
Get help now at JoeBornstein.com. From your smartphone or desktop, here in Maine, the law offices of Joe Bornstein is as close as your fingertips.
The consultation was free and confidential.
In person or online. The firm with the track record of results.
If you've been injured in an accident, call Joe. The law offices of Joe Bornstein. Right now.
Dude, can you believe we're graduating? And they helped us find a great job. Soon we'll be living the dream.
Exactly. I'm incredibly grateful for Maine Job Corps. If it wasn't for them, I'd be working an entry-level job and barely making it.
Let Team Maine Job Corps help find the career that's right for you. Call 561-8516.
From the land to the sea, Chase's Family Restaurant is the place to be.
Are you looking for a place to unwind after a long day?
Then come check out our Hideaway Lounge.
With a bar that's both upbeat and laid back. And it's the perfect atmosphere for anyone who wants to unwind after work.
Or kick it up for the weekends with daily drink specials and a full dinner menu.
You can fill up on a good time any night of the week.
Thank you for being a part of our family.
Here at Chase's Family Restaurant.
Make more good in the all-new Sportage X-Pro. Kia, movement that inspires.
This year, there's a whole new season to love what we love.
Burnouts, winning, racing.
I am NASCAR.
Thanks for staying up with us tonight. SpaceX launched a Falcon 9 rocket from Cape Canaveral Space Station in Florida on Sunday. The spacecraft was carrying more Starlink satellites to send into orbit. This mission marked SpaceX's 31st launch this year. Starlink is SpaceX's extensive collection of broadband satellites. So far, the company has launched almost 3,000 satellites and has permission to launch up to 12,000 more. Well, if you've ever wanted an action figure of yourself, this is your chance. Hasbro is letting anyone add their face to characters from Marvel, Star Wars, Power Rangers, Ghostbusters, and G.I. Joe. The toy company is teaming with 3D printing company Formlabs for this project, which is appropriately called the Hasbro Selfie Series. To create a custom action figure, you must download the Hasbro Pulse app, scan your face, pick an action figure, and make it your own. It costs about $60 and will be available in the fall. Pretty cool there. I mean, you know, even if you're not necessarily into action figures like I am, I'm a big collector, but pretty cool to have your own figure there. You know, maybe I'll get mine, call it like Anchor Guy or something. You know, I'd go for Anchor Man, but I think that was already taken by somebody else, so. But probably wouldn't do that one. But I'm going to get one. You know, only $60. Can't beat that. Pretty cool thing. All right, that's all the time we have for tonight. As always, we appreciate you tuning in, and we'll see you here next time. Good night, everybody.
Up in Smoke Fireworks is family-owned with a huge selection including Brothers and Showtime, Time Bandit, and Black Hat brands. We will share our knowledge with you, then go have a blast. Up in Smoke Fireworks,